Yes. We are here. We are here. We are here. And we wanted to be able to discuss the connection between the horse collective, those souls who wanted to embody those bodies, and then for humanity's greed and materialism and threat and ego for beauty and power, to want to own it and manipulate it and control it. There is many powerful connections between the horse collectives and the souls of the humans. You were supposed to be companions, and you were supposed to learn and heal from the horses because of their ultimate wisdom. And some people on this planet know the power of the horses and honor the power of the horses. And the Horse Collective has been trying to get Joanne's attention for a while, because they have still needed this connection, this love, this support, this honor, and this gratitude for humanity, to have them, because they came here to be of service. And while you all know very much the volunteers that have come into this planet as humans, there are so much more volunteers that are not in humanoid bodies. And we want to say about the whale collectives, they are also here to volunteer to help raise the vibrations of this planet and show you what grace and power and strength is. And for those who can tap in to the energy of the whales, the energy of the horses, the energy of many other peaceful animals. Unfortunately, humans love to own things that they actually have no rights in owning. And so you only get to observe them from certain perspectives, and you don't get to see and learn and hear their life contracts, their soul missions, and why they are also here to help humanity. They're here to help all. They're here to assist all, and they love you all. But unfortunately, both the whale and the horse collectives have trauma for their treatment. How ironic. Humans would kill things and enslave things that are here to help them. What a big threat to their egos it is to have more powerful, highly evolved, high vibrational beings coming here to teach the humans, and the humans, with all of their limited respect of others, because they believe that they're the most wisest, they're distracting themselves with their egos, their materialism, their conquests, their urge and desire to control and manipulate and kill others just for sport. We see all choices that have occurred. And it's not just the humans that are having to purge through their density. Those souls who came here to be of service, who then were enslaved and killed and slaughtered, it disappoints them, because they know how powerful and how impactful they are. And it is like trying to give good advice to people who refuse to grow, who refuse to heal, who refuse to take responsibility of their own well-being, and yet fall victim to their struggles, fall victim to their unhealthy ways. And yet they're the ones doing things that are not empowering them. They have to see what they're putting in their minds and in their bodies, and take accountability for that. Many of us have been here to help humanity. Many of us want to love and support humanity through this important time of its natural evolution. But to help humanity grow, to encourage it to heal, to encourage it to step up and to be more respectful and thoughtful of others. At this point, they're so self-focused, so self-obsessed. You have to reach them and shake them and get their attention and cast it on tragedy for them to suddenly start feeling a little bit slightly grateful for the lives they have, because they are very much aware that others have it much worse. And ironically, instead of them feeling sorry for those true victims, they take away from this gratefulness and pleasure, knowing it's not them. And this is how warped humanity's moral compass is. They raise their vibrations because they're glad it's not them. That is their takeaway after the shock and the fear that it's going to impact them somehow. Because when they're watching the news, being coerced into believing those war scenes, they put themselves in those shoes. They don't truly see those people on those screens as real people. And that's a conversation for another time. But it's all about triggering the individual person. And we know how the humans respond to fear and distractions, and how they respond to the news and the popular conversations. And unfortunately, this is the state of where humanity is and where most humans are. They have to hear worst case stories. They have to be reminded of homelessness. They have to be reminded of people incredibly sick. We have to remind them of true victims for them to be slightly motivated to feel happy for themselves, to be glad for themselves, to feel safe for themselves, to feel protected for themselves. It's quite perverted in our perspective, because humans should have great compassion for those who are truly experiencing those things. But the consideration for most people is just focused on their personal self and maybe a few others in their lives. They don't have the maturity or the respect or the consideration to consider all. To consider all. Because you're still disjointed, you're still not realizing your unity, you're still not realizing that you are one. And so for those people who seek great glee that other people are suffering, to make them feel better, to make them feel that they're in a better predicament, we are observing you closely. And it's not a judgment, but we know how you work. And so we're giving you those experiences to then suddenly be grateful for what you do have. It's interesting choices. And we understand how you've got to that point, because we still see you as that alone horse in that paddock full of fences, not realizing you can actually focus on others, but you don't see others. It's not possible for you to see others because you're so focused on self-protection, but not true self-empowerment. You're keeping within the boundaries, and self-empowerment is a few paddocks down. So you're just keeping daily routines. And this is frustrating because we keep moving your daily routines, trying to get you to shift, trying to get you to awaken. And so it is all purposeful, what's going on. So much healing, so much density being matched and nurtured and healed back and released. It's a powerful time for humanity. It's a powerful time for this planet. And there is always so much that we could say, but we want to give our greatest gratitude to all of those beings who have come here to be of service. We understand the success rate of supporting your life missions and purposes to help humanity often falls short because of the choices that humanity is taking. But that's not a reflection on the animals, what you would perceive as animals. It's not a reflection on their agenda and their ethics and their morals, because they have never wavered. Even though they have not always been successful, their true integrity still stands. And that's very impressive from our perspective, because they didn't turn into victims. They're a little bit jaded, to say the least, because their presence is profound. And most people who've had time with horses understand that deeply. But when you use things that are on this planet as when you see things on this planet as a means of ownership, you never truly see its value or worth. It's just another possession. And so this has been a long history of the impact and disempowerment that humans have had and tried to belittle the animal collectives. And so we're just pointing out today that many collectives are releasing their traumas from the earth as well. And this is why they tragically also have to go in natural disasters, and everyone suddenly thinks and cares about them. So there's much to be said. And there is so much evidence around you now of what stage of this planet is in. You just need to open your eyes and notice and realize nothing is a coincidence. All is purposeful, all is lessons, and all is well.